darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Right, and the glory is seen upon us due to wisdom, all right? Which changes the man's countenance. You know, that's why people can see it and they wonder about it. They wonder about, you know, what's going on. You know, when you meet at the man of wisdom, like I say, that's let me see, it's a precept that says it actually specifically. What it say? A man gate say what it mean. A man's look show what he is. But you find it real quick. Put in gate, and it'll come out. And a man of understanding when thou meetest him. All right, you'll know when you meet a man of Yakalba Page, based on obviously his conversation, his behavior, from the knowledge which he was been nourished in, which is going it's going to show in his conduct. All right, it's in the apocryphal. You gotta put gate Gait.
God.
Yeah.
You 19 and 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 29.
Yeah.
It says, "A man may be known by his look."
Yeah, man may be known by his look. All right, his presence. You know a man. You know, based on his look. You know. Go ahead.
One that has understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him.
His face, which his face is only going to be a reflection of the light. Okay? Exactly, yeah. Of the light. Okay? Because what? We of course made in that image of Yahweh Shai. So we reflect the light that was given of the Elohim, right? The angels having law and order. You know, we made the Lord. What it says, Elohim made man in his own image, right? So we had the same semblance of law and order of the angels and such, right? And so when you meet us, you see that law and that order. And that's what make these heathen look at us with such, they shocking stuff, right? They see a great exceeding army of spiritual men. Go ahead.
And we start at the top. This is Sirach 19:29. A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance.
Right.
When thou meetest him.
Verse
30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
Yeah, man. You know somebody a clown. They saw all they laughing. You know, jokes.
They don't take nothing serious.
They don't take nothing serious and such. You know, scriptures talk about how a righteous man scarcely smile, right? You know, you be in a very austere mode and such, man. So much grief you acquainted with. You know, you might barely ever see a brother smile. You know.
Yeah, but you might get caught up in the mood every now and again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they say that laughter is nature's medicine.
Yep.
You know, brothers toil and
Yeah.
deal with sorrow all damn week.
Yep.
So they get around a brother, you know, they might open up a little bit, brothers, you know, share a good laugh. But then there's a point where you draw a line, like, okay, you know what I mean? Time to get serious.
Yep.
You're not going to continue in that spirit.
Yep.
You know? You got guys in the world that just is in that mode all the time. They don't take nothing serious. Everything's a joke. Everything's taken, you know, lightly. Not knowing the perils and evils that are to come upon this place. You know?
Yeah, and they should be worried about what's to come. How you gonna eat? If they got martial law out there, you should be worried about that. You see how these Edomites is turning up.
Scripture say that there's a time for every season and under the sun.
Yeah.
Right? Time for laughter, time for mourning, time for peace, time for war. Right?
Yeah.
Time to plant and pluck up that which is planted. Right?
Yep.
So a man of understanding, you know, he's balanced. He's not in one mode. Okay? Gait is your manner of walk.
Oh yeah, slap. Yeah.
So you know, you show yourself to have a level of decorum. You know, you carry yourself in a particular manner. is it for Ecclesiastes 19. I read it one more time. Brother setting up, it says, a man may be known by his look, and one that has understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
Right, it's laughter. You know, like the brother was going into about not taking the word seriously, taking life serious. And you got clowns out there that everything's a damn joke. You know, this is used to say, yeah, I play, but I don't play all the time. You say that a lot when I was young. All right, so we gotta take this word seriously because we were going into darkness. Now look up darkness. Go back to 6 and 23. Look up darkness.
Gone. It says darkness.
No, go to the other one.
Gone.
Yeah,
it says skotos. Skotos for that's the Greek word for dark or darkness. It says metaphorically of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties. And
of ignorance respecting divine things. This is why most people can't be drawn to the word because they weren't back in the ancient world. They weren't attracted to the Lord. They were persecuting the Lord. Read it again. Definition.
God. It says metaphorically of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties, and the accompanying of ungodliness and immorality.
Accompaniment of ungodliness, meaning they're not keeping the laws. Right? They're not keeping the faith. Good.
Together with their consequent misery and hell.
Right. Meaning they're going to be destroyed in America. That's what hell is. Hellfire. Scripture say that if you're angry with your brother without cause, you're in danger of hellfire. I believe that's one of the first times the word hell is used in the Gospels. In that precept. Look up hell. See how many times it come up in the New Testament. In the Greek. Look that up. Say what you want. So read that definition again.
God, it says for darkness. It's the Greek word skotos.
So if your mind is full of darkness, all right. This is what the breakdown of what darkness means. Go ahead.
It says metaphorically of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties, and the accompanying of ungodliness and immorality, together with the consequent misery and hell.
Right, man, you're gonna burn in hell, which is America. All right, then your spirit gonna get released to the Father. All right. How about Shemel said, if you don't seek the Lord's face, you're gonna get put to death. That's in the law, I believe. All right, so 2/3 of Israel, the majority of Israel, they can't come into the faith. And it's not our job to be admonishing them multiple times. Scripture say once or twice. Then you're supposed to reject them. All right? A heretic, get the book of Titus. Get where it says heretic. You're supposed to reject after the first and second admonition. Reject. Now you got precept? Yeah. Read what you got.
It's the book of Ezekiel 33 and 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
Right, like the songs make you feel a certain way and put a certain spirit on you. Right? The song that we supposed to that we preach put a spirit on you that you want to come in and learn more. But when we preach that song, to them, they don't respond to the song that we preach. Good.
Yeah. It says, verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them a very lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Yeah, they hear, but they're not reacting to our song. And they're supposed to dance a certain way. Then you're supposed to take in the knowledge and apply it and believe it. So if you don't believe it, then you ain't gonna ever come around and continue. Because it's a hard thing to be consistent. All right. Most people they just watch us on YouTube. That's like 99% of people. Most people not going to come out. So you gotta be consistent with your belief. What? Show me my what's that? James. That James, right? You going to print that off? Read that again. Print it off. So we can go back to this.
I'll start at the top again.
Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 33 and 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, but they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Yeah, man, you gotta set things up so you'll be able to continue to receive the word. You know, you gotta like jobs and all that. You gotta kind of work around it, do things, make plans to eventually get to a point where you got the liberty. You know, but sometimes at first it's not like that. There's, shit happens all the time too. So you gotta be rooted and grounded. Rooted and grounded. So, as brothers speak about the roots, you gotta be rooted. All right? Because it's easy to get rooted up. You gotta really have it in your mind, and you gotta constantly show your work too. So even if you're not coming out, you still gotta show your work. All right? You gotta show something. You gotta show something. All right? And then it's also perception and all that stuff too. Like how they said the job, it's all about perception. Now Esau always wants you to be fucking moving around and shit.
Yeah, stay busy.
And if you're not moving around, you ain't fucking working or some shit.
Esau is micromanager.
Babylon need to be destroyed. That's another reason why Babylon need to fucking be destroyed.
Can I say something on that? I forget what state it was. I don't know if it was Texas. It might have been Texas or California. But they just signed a law into effect that construction workers can't take no water break.
Damn.
Y'all hear about that?
I ain't hear about it. I'm gonna do a lesson.
Heat, and if they catch them taking any additional breaks, which if you're a construction worker and you're working in that excessive heat, it makes sense that you would take a break as needed. Refresh yourself. They said that they'll give you some sort of penalty for that.
Damn.
But they actually made a law. They actually made it a law that you cannot do. So that if they find you, there's whatever, I guess, under whatever the policy is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Brothers can look it up.
Out there.
I've been on construction sites where
So
you gotta have the helmet on, the hard hat. And sometimes the humidity, will kind of get to you. So you gotta you're sweating, so you constantly wipe the sweat away.
That's fire. You gotta put those electrolytes and that,
Minerals.
those minerals back. Yeah. Rehydrate.
I even been on spots where they say you can't put a fucking rag under your head. You gotta have just a fucking helmet on.
And that's just fucking cruel.
That's just like making brick without mortar.
So I just wanted to land back on your point about this place needing to be destroyed. That's fucking cool, bro.
You ain't moving around and then you ain't working.
Right.
I'm waiting for another product to come in.
You a construction worker slaving in the heat. They catch you taking an extra water break. You might be out of a job. Like that's insane.
That's that micro. I see it. A dude did that. Edomite at my job. I was doing something, but the other workers wasn't doing nothing. And where I'm at, I'm washing the truck. He coming to me about some of the other workers. They need to stay busy. Like they over there in the back. Like you can't. The main boss come around. I'm like, dude, why don't you say something to him? And he don't want to say nothing to them. He see them, I don't see it. My eyes ain't in every place like Esau. Then I had to tell them, all right, guys, look, pretend like you doing something. Here's a wrench. Go string up this weed whacker, lawn trimmer or something. You know what I mean? Something just for them to. And this is on a hot day. This is one of them days. It was like over 96 degrees, and they brought us in at the end of in the midday to escape the heat, but we were still in the heat. And he got the audacity to give us a popsicle and shit. Oh yeah, there's popsicles in there, but stay busy. Wickedness. But the scriptures do tell you about that, about a servant being left in idleness, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Let me get to that.
Yeah, I was just going real quick. Read. This is in the Texas tribe viewing, so it was in Texas. It says, I'm just going to read the headline, and brothers can get into part of what they wish.
Yep.
Spirit beyond them.
I'm gonna do that.
It says, as Texas swelters, local rules requiring water breaks for construction workers will soon be nullified.
Damn.
Governor Greg Abbott approved a law this week that will eliminate city and county ordinances like Austin's and Dallas's mandated water breaks. So they were allowed up to 10 minutes every 4 hours, it looks like. But they're looking to nullify that.
By law, they were
required. And they're nullifying that law and saying, no more. Yeah.
That's wicked. That's draconian, damn man.
And it says that it happened at a time where they're in triple digits, by the way. Now, the law don't go into effect until September 1st, but still, if we hear next year, that's all those elements they got to endure the following summer. But imagine that law being passed at a time where you're seeing triple digits, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's cruel. That's
nullifying the law.
I digress.
Go back to the, read what you got. Read.
Ezekiel 33 and 32, it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, they shall know that a prophet hath been among them.
Go back, look up Matthew 6. Titus.
Matthew 6, verse 23. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
How great is that darkness? How great is your, read the definition of darkness. How great is your darkness? And this 2/3 of Israel, they're not going to ever come into the faith. And women definitely, they're not really in the faith. Because if they were really in the faith, they would be like the women of the Bible. So they pretty much halfway in. The scriptures talk about being lukewarm. The Lord wants to spew out of your mouth. That's why at the time of Jacob's trouble, that's when you're going to have more women that are actually going to come into the faith for real. Right now, they're just playing around.
G4652, Scotinos, full of darkness, covered with darkness. That's it right there.
That's not the right darkness. It's on the bottom.
Okay, come on.
Read it.
God, it says skotos for the word for darkness.
Everybody know
Greek.
what it's at? Darkness. Isaiah, Matthew 6 and 23. You got two darknesses.
Okay, come on.
All right? Read that one, then read the other darkness.
God, it says, God, it says darkness of darkened eyesight or blindness, metaphorically of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties, and accompanying ungodliness and immorality, together with their consequent misery and hell.
Yeah, but they're going to die here in Babylon, America. That's what the Bible means. It says you're going to burn in hell. That's going to be that's the second death. That's America being destroyed. Lake of fire.
It's a good definition.
There's three darknesses in there too.
God, it says in the regular dictionary for darkness, it means wickedness or evil. And then it also says lack of spiritual and intellectual enlightenment, ignorance.
Come. And read the other darkness.
Scotinos, G4652, full of darkness, covered with darkness.
That's similar to the other one. Go ahead, read it. And then read the other one.
Again. All right, Con, Skotos.
Con, G4652. He got the first one.
Con, Skotos.
No.
Oh, wait.
Finish reading that.
Con, G4652, Scotinos, full of darkness, covered with darkness.
Oh, yeah, first one.
Read it again.
G4652, Scotinos, full of darkness, covered with darkness.
All right, read that.
God, it says skotos, metaphorically, or first one says of darkness or darkened eyesight or blindness, metaphorically of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties, and accompanying ungodliness and immorality, together with their consequent misery and hell.
All right, it's another darkness. One of the
It says I, or the Greek, it's ophthalmos. It says metaphorically the eyes of the mind, the faculty of knowing.
Right, so you have to be genuine. All right, you can't just confess something that you don't really believe in. All right, because the Lord won't know. All right, the Lord, scriptures say the eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right, you got Titus.
Oh yes, good one, right? Good definition.
Titus.
God, it says in Matthew 6 and 23, eye, meaning a disease, disordered eye. Just as we say a bad eye, a bad finger.
referring to your mind, your knowledge is in your mind. All right? That's it.
Yeah, that's
All right, read
Titus chapter. Titus.
get the scripture about heretic. The first and second admonition.
Yeah. Titus chapter 3 verse 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition, reject, knowing that he is such is subverted and sinners.
Read that again.
All right. Titus chapter 3 verse 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition, reject. Admonition. Reject. Knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinners.
Look up reject.
Okay.
Read the word.
All right. So the Greek word, the word for reject, the definition for reject would be to act alongside, beg, to have near one, to obtain by entreaty, to beg from, to ask for, to supplicate, to avert by entreaty, or seek to avert, or to depreciate.
Appreciate to avert. Look up avert. All right. So reject. So if the Israelite doesn't, or anyone doesn't take heed to what you're saying, it's not supposed to coddle them, continue to help him, pretty much give him the word that he on his own. All right, if he comes around and wants to listen, he can listen, but we're not supposed to be coddling and holding Jacob by the hand if they don't really believe what we're saying. Because we're just the vessels of the Lord. All right, it's the Lord that either is going to pull you in or push you away. All right. What I tell you to get?
Definition for avert, turn away, to prevent or ward off is a verb. That's it.
Avert. All right. I tell you to get a precept too.
No.
Get go back to Isaiah. Isaiah 60. In my Bible out of my book. We got to speed things up.
Isaiah 60
Anything else?
and 1, it says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee."
Read that again.
Isaiah 60 and 1, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee."
Read that again.
Isaiah 60 and 1, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee.
Good. Keep reading.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh shall rise upon thee in the glory."
And that's for the elect only. All right. When the Lord is going, He's going to give the elect what they need to resist the hour of temptation. Get the hour of temptation in the book of Revelation. All right, now you stay right where you at. Continue to read.
It says, Isaiah 60 and 2, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory."
Ignorance, complete ignorance. Jake don't want to come in truth. That's okay. We only draw in the elect. Only the elect. All right, the elect are going to be consistent. The elect are going to really be rooted around you. The elect are going to fear. All right, go ahead.
"And his glory shall be seen upon thee."
Go ahead, continue to read.
Isaiah 60 and 3, "And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising."
And the Gentiles are the Israelites. Go ahead.
It says, "Lift up thine eyes round about, and see, all they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side."
Right, hold it there. Now you're going to have Israelites that are not in Babylon. All right, they're going to come to the kingdom. All right, to the wilderness. All right, where we're going to be dwelling after the destruction of Babylon. Then we'll have the land of Israel going to be built up. So get Titus 2 and 7.
Revelation 3 and 10.
Yeah, but Titus 2 and 7 first.
Titus 2 verse 7. And all things shew thyself a pattern of good works and doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Titus 2 verse 7. And all things shew thyself a pattern of good works and doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity.
All right, look up, continue.
Verse 8. Sound speech that cannot be condemned.
Sound speech that cannot be condemned. All right. Sound means whole. All right. So when the prophecies come to pass, then you're going to know. What?
That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
Right. Now you're going to have certain people that are actually going to believe, but then they're going to still not have the honesty to come to say, oh, what you're saying is actually the truth. All right. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
Verse 9. Exhort servants to be obedient unto their own masters.
You can hold up there. Corinthians.
God, this 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High.
Go to 11. 2 and 11.
God, 1 Corinthians 2 and 11. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High.
Read it again.
Con, it says, 12.
What?
1 Corinthians 2 and 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but